Welcome to Build For It. I'm your host, Bryn Harris. I'm feeling all of you multi-passionate creatives out there and early entrepreneurs. I know you got more ideas than time, you got more ambition than bandwidth, and you're trying to figure out what to build first without sacrificing the joyful life that you're building it for. Well, you are in the right place at the right time. Oh my God, I love to research what actually works. The patterns, codes, the connective tissue between the disciplines. I'm here trying to synthesize project management with neuroscience and the performing arts to help you build the capacity, not just to reach your goals, but to sustain the role that your future is already asking of you. Every episode, I'm going to go deep so you can keep it light. I give you one practical tool that helps you build your week right. Thank you so much for joining me. Now let's get built for it. Welcome to a brand more ambition than bandwidth. Last week, you're trying to figure out what to build first. This week, we're going to without sacrificing the joyful life that you're building it for. Not focus, not you are in the right place at the right time. But attention. I love to research because before you improve anything, you have to notice patterns, what's actually codes, right? The connective tissue between the disciplines. I'm here trying to synthesize project management with neuroscience and the performing arts to help you build the capacity, 5 minutes not just to reach your goals. Of course, they're on your head, but to sustain the role we've all that your future is already asking. The funny part is how confidently we continue. Every episode, I'm going to go deep so you can keep it light. Brains one practical tool helps you build your week right. Thank you so much for joining me. Now let's get built for it. And suddenly you're pulling into your driveway. You have no recollection of turning 3 times. Your brain wasn't asleep, it was just efficient. You know, that's fascinating because the brain is constantly deciding, I've seen this before. You don't need every detail, right? That's useful until the details actually matter. Have you guys ever read Andrew Huberman's work? He talks about attention as a limited biological resource. So your brain isn't trying to notice everything. It couldn't. It constantly is filtering. It's choosing. It's editing. It's highlighting. That's one of the reasons 2 people can walk into the same room and leave with completely different stories. They weren't paying attention to the same things. So in directing, one of the first things directors learn is the audience can only look in one place at one time. So you have to show them where to look. If everything is important, nothing is important. So we decide, we light here. There's movement over there. There's silence now. The audience follows you. They follow your direction. The attention is designed. Okay, before I solve a problem, I try to watch it. Not for 30 minutes, just for 30 seconds. Just long enough to ask, what's actually happening here? What do I think is happening? Those are different questions, right? It's project managers have a phrase about, what is it? They start building a requirements gathering, right? It's wonderfully unglamorous. They have to just, nobody starts pouring concrete on day 1. They have to gather the requirements, ask questions, they observe, they interview, they measure, they make sure that they're solving the right problem. You got to borrow that for life. Before I fix something, I gather information. Here is today's rehearsal. Don't improve anything, not yet. Just choose one part of your day, your morning routine, right? Your commute, your workspace, your dinner, one meeting. Just become a scientist. Just observe. Check your observational skills. How many times do you reach for your phone? How many? 1, 2, 3, 4. Where does your attention naturally drift? What keeps interrupting you? What keeps inviting you back? Don't change it, just collect it. You know, a good directing note is, it's not do it better. It's simply, oh, I didn't notice that before. That's a really beautiful sentence. It's really helpful because once you notice something, you have options. Until then, you're mostly just reacting to assumptions. Today's lesson is beautifully simple. Observation creates choice. Choice creates change. The temptation is to fix everything today. Just don't go into fix mode. Today we're just gathering information. Tomorrow we'll start directing it. Right? It's Monday. Today we learn to notice. All right, tool belts off for a minute. Today you're becoming a detective, not a fixer, not a coach, not a therapist, a detective. So one of the reasons I love rehearsal is because directors spend a surprising amount of time doing absolutely nothing. I mean, at least it looks like that way, right? We just look like we're watching. Aren't rushing in with any notes every 10 seconds. Sometimes when actors become directors, they just start going in there with do it this way, and they're really acting and giving you line readings, right? But as a director, you are more trying to collect information. You're watching patterns, you're watching relationships, you're feeling what's happening, you're watching timing, you're hearing it. Good notes come from good observation, not quick observation. Let's play. Walk into your office. Don't touch anything. Don't organize. Don't answer an email. Don't straighten the pile of papers that's been bothering you for 3 weeks. Just don't touch them. Just stand there. 30 seconds. Now ask yourself one question. What did I notice first? Not what should have caught your attention. What actually did? That's your attention introducing itself. What actually caught it? Was it weird? One of the most useful things I've ever learned from Anne Bogart and Mary Overley, they taught viewpoints. If you're Googling, check them out and check that out. Viewpoints in acting. Observation comes before interpretation. We get it, but as actors, we're so quick to put our own interpretation on something. Acting and directing, it is all an interpretive art form. The author wrote the book. Your job is to translate what the author intended. That's an interpretive art form, right? And we tend to skip straight to conclusions. Well, I know why that happened. Maybe. Keep watching. The first story isn't always the true story, right? Okay, here's another game. Walk into a grocery store. Today's assignment is red. Only red. Only notice everything that you can find in the store that is red. Tomatoes, labels, shopping carts, a kid with red rain boots. Done. Got it? Now leave. Walk back in. Today's assignment is things hanging from the ceiling. Interesting. Same grocery store, completely different experience, right? Oh my God, I had no idea that they sold blow up sharks. Wow, I've never ever looked up there. It's the same grocery store. It's just a completely different experience. Your attention didn't improve. It just got directed. Go home tonight and tell me what color your neighbor's front door is. Okay? Or how many clocks are in your own house. Or what song played while you were checking out at the grocery store. Our brains are wonderfully selective. Observation is a skill, not a personality trait. I love that. That book tips is so great. He'll ask for one adjustment, not 12. Again, one. Then everyone runs the same scene again. The lesson, you don't need to notice everything. You just need to notice one thing deeply. That's enough. Okay, so choose one conversation today. Your assignment is not to sound smarter. That's not the goal. It's not to have better advice. Your assignment is to notice one thing you've never noticed about that person before. Maybe it's the pace they speak. Maybe it's when they smile. Maybe it's how often they ask questions. Maybe it's what lights them up. When you see the little sparkle in their eye and you're like, what's behind that? Maybe it's what they're avoiding. Maybe they like start to turn and they're like, oh, yeah. Oh, Start to give you kind of throwaway language to change the conversation. Just become curious. Just be observant. Don't add the judgment. Don't add the extra thoughts that make it about whether or not you like it or not, or it's good or bad. Just be observant. That is rehearsal. Be curious in rehearsal. Actors supposedly are supposed to be good observers. It's because they're constantly asking what changed, what happened, what rhythm changed, what posture changed, did the silence change, or did the room change, or the objective changed? Which one was it? Life gets more interesting when we stop assuming and we start noticing, right? Okay, here's today's rehearsal. We're calling it the 3 things exercise. The 3 things. Just pause 3 times today. Pause once. Look around. Write down 3 things you've never noticed before. That's it. Just 3 observations. No conclusions. No good, bad, ugly, where it came from, history, story. Just no fixing, no advice, just evidence. Because attention grows through observation. You got to deepen your attention. No, not judgment. Okay, tomorrow we will take everything you noticed today and we're going to start designing your world so your attention naturally lands where you want it to. So you have a little control over it. We're simply becoming harder to fool, okay? Including by ourselves. Okay, leave rehearsal. Observation gets really interesting the moment another person walks into the room, don't they? Doesn't it? I mean, attention isn't just shaping your experience, it's shaping theirs. One of the quickest ways to change a relationship is to become more observant, not louder, just a little more observant. Just that alone will change a relationship. Not trying to be smarter, not more convincing, not more, powerful, just more observant. People spend a lot of time trying to become interesting. I think it's so much more useful to become interested. Those are completely different skills, obviously. Think about the last conversation you had where somebody made you feel completely understood. They probably didn't have all the answers, right? They probably didn't give you a TED Talk. They may have been able to, but they probably didn't in the moment with you. They noticed something. They noticed your hesitation. They noticed what you kept coming back to. They noticed your excitement. They noticed the sentence you almost said. Observation makes people seen. It makes people feel seen. It makes people remember being seen, which then changes them in the future. I mean, we've all had it happen where, you're halfway through telling somebody a story and suddenly they interrupt with, oh, that reminds me of, congratulations, your story has officially become their autobiography. They found that familiarity. You've closed the circuit. You've continued that electrical loop. We've been that person too. We've cut them off. Usually we don't even realize we're doing it. The goal is to finish listening first. I know you want to talk the word halfway through the paragraph, and then you have to wait for the rest of the sentence to finish, and then it's your turn to talk. So if you're a good interviewer, some really cool, smart questions that go deeper, but they're also paying attention to the answer. Somebody pauses. They stay right there. Somebody lights up, they get curious. Somebody changes direction, they follow it. The interview isn't following a script anymore. It's following attention. That's a really good skill. That's what I'm trying to learn. So here's today's rehearsal. We're calling it One More Question. today, don't become more interesting. Become more curious. Ask one more question than you normally would. Listen long enough to hear the answer, though, right? Not the answer you expected. Not, oh, but don't you think? No, the one they're actually giving. What are they actually saying? Okay, here's another game. Sit in a coffee shop. Watch two people talking. Don't try to guess who they are. Just watch who's listening, who's interrupting, who's leaning in, who's looking around the room, who's completely present, and who's not. Conversation has choreography. So once you start seeing it, you're never gonna stop seeing it. I swear. You start seeing that way the shapes themselves fit together. So also remember that attention is contagious. If one actor becomes fascinated by something, the audience follows. Leadership works the same way. Families work the same way. Businesses work the same way. Where your attention consistently goes, other people begin looking too. That's responsibility. Observation shows us just enough to make better decisions, right? Reaction says, oh, I already know. Observation shows us just a little moment, just enough. It says, tell me a little more. That one sentence has saved me from making so many bad assumptions, so many blow it, cringy moments. And I have plenty of those blow it, cringy, oh my God. And I just have to sit there and go, I'm so happy I learned that moment. I don't want to hate myself over not knowing, but whoo, cringe, right? So here's today's challenge. Before you give advice, before you solve the problem, before you tell your own story, ask one more question. Ask one more question. You might discover you were solving the wrong problem. You might discover they weren't looking for advice at all. Thanks so much. But you might discover they already knew the answer. They simply needed someone to notice what was happening. Okay, attention is one of the greatest gifts you can give another human being, right? Attention is what is bought and sold, and the consumption of information, the acquisition of information without substance. We are starving for truth because our attention is getting stolen from us to some degree. Attention is one of the greatest gifts you can give another human being. Time. It's not because it makes you a better conversationalist either. It's because it makes you a better observer. Better observers ask better questions. Better questions build better relationships, and better relationships build better lives. You have to prompt engineer your way with relationships. Tomorrow we're going to start protecting the attention before the world spends it on us, right? They're going to spend it for you if you don't give it a place. And I promise you, where you are most scared to give attention is the key. It's the key. I don't want to look at that scale number. Look at it every day. Look at it every day. It'll change faster, I promise you. Look at the bank account every day. Look at the house that your parents are living in. Look at it every day. So we haven't been talking about focus or productivity. We've been talking about observation and attention. Before you improve anything, you have to actually see it. It sounds really obvious, Bryn. Okay, until you realize how often we actually skip that step, though, right? I mean, one of the things I admire most about detectives, oh, I love detectives. I love investigations. It's not that they solve mysteries, it's that they notice details that nobody else notices. Everybody else walked past that. Journalists do it too. Wildlife photographers, great coaches. They don't begin with answers, they begin with curiosity, right? I've started believing curiosity might be one of the most underrated competencies we have. You know that person who buys a plant and then suddenly starts noticing every plant on Earth? They've become a botanist in 48 hours. Or somebody gets a puppy and suddenly every dog owner becomes part of an invisible neighborhood. Nothing changed, the attention changed, right? Your brains are constantly proving to us that we notice what we decide is worth noticing. That's encouraging because it means attention can be trained. So replace one question. Instead of asking what's wrong, I try asking, what am I missing? What am I missing? What am I missing in this situation? There's got to be something I'm not seeing. Completely different conversation. One question looks for mistakes. What is wrong with the situation? What's going on? What's wrong? Why is everything wrong? That's a judgment. That's a judgment coming from a different place than what am I missing? There's information I'm not privy to. It's looking for information. You are actively seeking information. That shift can change a lot of conversations, right? Okay, so today, let's look at 3 bullet points. What surprised me today? What did I notice today that I normally miss? And what deserves another look tomorrow? Is there anything? That's it. 3 observations. You're training your brain to become an observer before it becomes a problem solver. We're quick to go, here's the problem. We don't always go for solutions, though. We tend to dwell in the problem. If we're more observant, like, I'm just an observer, I am an unattached observer, then it's not about wrong, right. Observation is not passive, stays with you. It is preparation. Every scientist observes before experimenting. Every detective observes before accusing. Every director observes before giving notes. Every great builder spends time studying the blueprint. You got to observe and create analysis before picking up the hammer. Before you do the work, you have to observe. You have to attend. Your energy attends. Quiet work. It's important work. So I don't want you to try to become more productive. It's not about more productivity. It's about become harder to fool by advertisements, by assumptions, by your own habits, by the stories your brain tells before it has all the information. That's a remarkable life skill. Just sitting in the unknown. So leave your phone in your pocket 1 extra minute. If that's what that means, great. Consume less and create more. Look around. Find one thing you've never noticed before. Maybe it's the way light comes through your office window. Maybe it's the cashier who's greeting every customer by name. Maybe it's your own breathing slowing down because nobody interrupted it. Collect one observation. Tomorrow, collect another. Those moments start adding up. Those are receipts. That's evidence. Okay. Here is this week's casting call. I'm looking for someone willing to become the observer. Somebody who understands that better attention creates better questions. Better questions create better decisions. Better decisions create better lives. And not because they reacted faster, because they noticed longer. So, tomorrow we'll start designing environments that help your attention land where it matters most. Until then, stay curious, look twice, ask one more question. You might be surprised what was waiting for you to notice. Before you go, I want to ask you one question. What competency are you building today? Because tomorrow is not built on wishes, it is built on what you choose to repeat today. Increase the signal, reduce the noise, and create a safe rehearsal space for the life you're building. If this episode helped, please follow along, join me again next time, and let a bitch know how you're feeling. Engage with me because I want something to audit on next Friday's Q&A. Remember, extraordinary lives are not found, they're built. I'll see you right here next time on Built for It.
The world is spinning faster now. The stars and clouds have passed right by. But we're living for, yes, we're living for today. 'Cause tomorrow is 1,000 miles away. Yes, tomorrow is 1,000 miles away. 'Cause tomorrow is 1,000 miles away.